Are you ready for some eShop deals? Me too. Well, this week, I've got 12 fantastic games lined up for you all, covering the US, Canada, UK, EU, and Australia. Now, also, in case you missed it, our budget series is back. I shared 15 games under $10 for your regional equivalents, and that series, it will be dropping every Thursday moving forward. You can check out this week's one in the link below. Then stick around for this week's giveaway winners, and do not forget to add a comment down below for your chance to win one or two $10 eShop gift cards in next Saturday's video. Alright, now let's dive in. Alright, so let's kick things off with River City Girls, and there are multiple ways to dive into this experience dependent on what you are looking for. So starting with River City Girls 1, this modern beat-em-up classic has you playing as Kyoko and Masako on a mission to rescue Kunio and Riki. It's got great combat, gorgeous pixel art, anime cutscenes, and a killer synth pop soundtrack. It is just packed with charm, especially in local co-op. It's also then currently 50% off, matching its all-time low price. Moving on to then River City Girls 2, this sequel expands on the original with more characters, bigger environments, new combat mechanics, and both local and online co-op. However, I reviewed this one at launch. Find that video below, and it suffered unfortunately from performance issues. Now, if those have been patched up, do let us know in the comments, but still here at 50% off, that is a new low price, and I do think it is going to be very tempting for fans of the genre. Lastly, if you want to go all in, the River City Girls bundle is worth considering. It's like $3-4 more. It includes both the games we've mentioned already, but it also then throws in River City Girls 0, a retro 1996 experience. It was actually Japan exclusive as well. But this bundle is now 50% off, hitting a new low price. And if you do want to learn more on that entry, check out my Thursday video because it was featured in that list, and I'll also link my review down below. Next up is Berserk Boy, coming in at 30% off. It's matching its all-time low price, and it throws you into a distant future where you play as a young rookie hero that's been transformed by mysterious orb energy into the title Berserk Boy. Now you're tasked with saving the world from the evil Doctor and his army of dark energy minions. Basically here, expect to unleash high-speed, combo-driven action across a decent amount of levels. The gameplay, it's basically combining retro inspirations with modern flair, almost think Mega Man meets Sonic. On top of this then, chain combos fill your Berserk meter for these devastating special attacks, and upgrading your abilities allow you to become essentially just this unstoppable force. Of all of that, the soundtrack is a winner as well. Now, I did review this one, I loved it, I'll link that down below. And I'd say overall for the game, if it has any problems, it's more just kind of getting to grips with it. I think it takes a couple of levels just to fully click, but once it does, it is a blast. Just a quick note here then, if you are enjoying this video, do me a favor, subscribe. It is completely free to you, it helps out the channel a huge amount. Plus loads of folks watch this weekly and they've still not done it yet, so you know, why not now? So in Thursday's video then, we did feature the fantastic West of Loathing, and today I want to talk about its follow-up, Shadows over Loathing, which is currently 32% off a new low price, and this one was shadow dropped to very little fanfare, and honestly it is a shame. There's hardly any coverage out there, making it a prime example of why that strategy doesn't always work. Shadows over Loathing though takes a stick figure comedy RPG formula to new places, mixing mobsters, monsters, and mysteries in a Prohibition-era adventure. You'll be stepping into Ocean City to help out your Uncle Murray with his antique shop, but instead you find yourself unraveling plots, cursed artifacts, and shadowy schemes threatening to destroy this world. Expect everything you loved about West of Loathing, tons of characters, tons of weirdness, tons of jokes, and yeah, look, if you enjoyed the original, this one's a must-play. Next up then is Overlord Escape from NAZARICK, hitting 60% off, matching its all-time low price. Now you play as Clementine, who wakes up imprisoned in the Great Tomb, stripped of her weapons and memories. Your goal, claw your way to freedom by regaining lost abilities and defeating enemies in what is really a story-driven dark fantasy. While it is often then credited as a Metroidvania, I'd say it leans more towards a linear platformer with the occasional branching path. Gameplay though centers on grapple hooks, combat, and magic. You'll also be able to upgrade weapons, which I really do like. For fans of the series then as well, it was under the supervision of Overlord's creator, always a good thing. That said though, Clementine, in a sponsored video I did for the game, Well, let's put it this way, everyone in the comments appears to hate her. For me though, the 5 or so hour journey, I think it's fun, and it intrigued me enough that Overlord has gone into the backlog, another anime I need to now catch up on. Alright, so now Lil Guardsman, which is 40% off, matching its all-time low price. This one's a quirky little deduction adventure game that puts a fun, light-hearted spin on, the Papers, Please formula. Now you play as Lil, a 12-year-old covering for her dad at the guard post, deciding who gets to enter this medieval kingdom. You'll meet a bizarre cast of fantasy creatures, humans, elves, goblins, cyclopses, and more, and you'll be deciding their fate using deduction, interrogation tools, and I guess a bit of wit. What stood out to me though was the writing and that general sense of humour. It is often hilarious. Also, every decision you make here has an effect on the story, from a royal wedding to a siege by whoever you've managed to upset. Cartoon visuals then, stunning, and on top of that you've got puzzles, tools to upgrade, even the ability to rewind time if you do mess up. Really enjoyed this one, definitely worth a look at this price. Alright, so my pickup of the week is here, and as always, this isn't a recommendation, just a game I'm diving into, and maybe you might want to check it out too. This week it's going to be Eden Genesis, coming in at 50% off, a new low price. I actually played a good few hours of this on PlayStation and I loved it. It is a fast-paced platformer, all about beating speed records, nailing tricky jumps, and picking up collectibles. But do be warned, this game is tough as nails. What I'm most curious about though is really how it performs on the Switch. This is a game that thrives on stable frame rates, so I'm curious to see just how it holds up. Yes, if you do kind of like cyberpunk and a weird tale of entering a cyber world to cure a disease, this one could definitely be for you. It definitely goes to some weird places. But I'll be circling back next Saturday with a few notes on the performance for those that are curious but don't want to, take the risk like me, because I totally get the angle. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't have a Switch channel. Now, if you've already played it on the Switch, would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. But yeah, Eden Genesis, definitely a good game. Just curious, is it a good game on the Switch? So here's one I played recently, BROK the InvestiGator. Now 50% off, matching its all-time low price, and just what a gem this game is. Now admittedly, it's not going to be for everyone. It's part point-and-click adventure, part beat-em-up, and while the genre switching might feel, I guess, odd at first, really works. Plus it's a lengthy adventure as well, it's clocking in at right around 20 hours. When it comes to the narrative then, it's set in a futuristic, light cyberpunk world where animals have replaced humans. You play as BROK, a private detective and former boxer, and you're navigating a corrupt society. Think privileged citizens that live safely while those outside struggle against air pollution and poverty. BROK then is also grappling with a personal tragedy, his wife's mysterious death, and as you can imagine, you're uncovering clues and you're going to be stumbling upon, I guess, much darker themes. But yeah, what really impressed me here then is the fact that all of this kind of story content is fully voice acted. It also looks great too. So yeah, if you're up for something a little different, this one's well worth a look. Gal Guardians Demon Purge, previously known as Grim Guardians, is now 50% off, hitting a new low price. I reviewed this one, find that link below, but it's a great little 2D action adventure with a solid twist. Now you play as demon hunters, tasked with saving their school after it's transformed into a demonic castle. The game lets you swap freely between the two siblings on the fly. You can utilize one character's long range attacks, the other's close combat brawling. But on top of all of this, if you defeat bosses, it will actually expand the weapons available to you as well. The difficulty options then, yeah, they're definitely worth mentioning. There's 3 styles, casual, veteran, and legend. You can basically tailor the experience to your liking here, but I will say they genuinely change the way the game plays, and it can actually be bloody difficult, this one. There's even then drop in co-op, which is always a win, and my only real complaint with this game is the ending. It feels a bit padded. Basically, it requires you to replay levels, and I don't know, I think it drags things out unnecessarily. That said though, look, I still enjoyed it, hence it's getting a recommendation today. Another new release for you all then here is Beyond Galaxyland, which gets its first ever sale at 20% off. Now admittedly that discount is not huge, but I thought it was a great game. My full review is coming soon, but let me give you a quick rundown. It's inspired by classic sci-fi movies, and it is a 2.5D adventure RPG that sends you across a solar system of unique planets, each packed with unique characters, puzzles, and tons of surprises. Now, from the story perspective, you're playing as Doug. You're basically this high schooler that's dragged into an intergalactic system of planets, and you're on a mission to stop an all-powerful entity called the End. Combat though here is turn-based, but there's tons of unique mechanics packed in that just make the experience feel very unique, plus some really cool boss encounters. I also love the visuals on top of this, and yeah, really this one is a winner in my opinion. Do keep an eye out for my full review soon. I've definitely got a lot of videos I need to catch up on. Our winners of the week then for the two $10 eShop gift cards, they're going to YouTube viewer 8063 who highlighted Deadcraft, and Chuck who picked up Samurai Showdown. And that was one of the big deals last week for sure. I think it's still live here for a couple more days, so maybe check it out. It is super discounted. Congrats to both. Email me for the codes. Everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next Saturday's video. So our final game for today is Sea of Stars, now at a new low price with 33% off. Now you already probably know this one. It's one of the best RPGs on the Switch. It's a spin-off from The Messenger. But yeah, in this one you're following the journey of two children with basically the powers of the sun and the moon. They wield something called eclipse magic, and they are the only, not necessarily the only individuals, but that's the only power capable of taking down an evil alchemist known as the Fleshmancer. The game's this mix of turn-based combat, incredible traversal, you can swim, jump, climb. It's just a really nice kind of built-up world. Along the way as well, there's a really good cast, and yeah, the story kept me locked in from beginning to end. However, the reason I wanted to shout this one out today isn't just the discount, but the fact Sea of Stars just received a free DLC that adds a new prologue, local co-op that's a ton of fun, and a host of other tweaks and adjustments. Now, transparently, I've got a sponsored video coming up all about that DLC, but I wanted to highlight it here because they've made an already fantastic game just even better. And if you've been waiting to dive into Sea of Stars, now is the time. I really do think it is that good. I also wanted to put it in here so it's off my own back and not attached to kind of that, you know, the sponsor tag that understandably people are occasionally, you know, wary of. I totally get it. But yeah, this game is just fantastic, and if you do want to check it out, I've got a link in the pinned comment down below. Take a look there. I don't get any kickback or anything, it just tells the team you found out about it all over at SwitchCorner, and yeah, that always helps out the channel. And that is the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library this week? Let me know in the comments. With that, a shout out to the patrons and the channel members who are going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.